hopefully people are just buying these cards. And
People, this man smokes cigarettes, has 5-round cardio. How are you not a fan? And what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the UFC Card Market Watch for August 2025. As you know me, my name is Matt from the Golden Octagon, and on the other side of the screen is the one, the only, Damian from Main Event Cards. How you doing over this past month, my guy?
I'm doing great, thanks, Matt. Obviously, we've got a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on from the events that we saw in July, and then we were just talking about it backstage. Some arse cards coming up here in August, but there are some fighters, there are some fights we are pumped about, so we will definitely talk about those.
Yeah, man. Indeed, indeed. So as Damian said, we are going to talk about, the fights that are upcoming, but not before we recap this past month. Me and Damian did start this chat 1 month ago for the July UFC Card Market Watch. The thumbnail looked like this right here, and it was basically our fighters to watch for the month of July. And Damian, just taking a look back, man, we were A1, spot on, 100%. And I don't even, did I maybe even mention that Mobstar might even pull out of the fight so that Aaron Pico maybe not even fight?
Yeah, you did. I'm pretty sure you did mention about that. Obviously, he has pulled out of some fights over his career, so you were spot on with that. So yeah, we were not only 100% with our picks, we were 110% with that little extra bonus right answer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So just taking a look back, RDR clearly won. Actually, it was this past weekend. Bryce Mitchell actually beat Said Nurmagomedov this past weekend. Josh Van ended up beating Brandon Royval like the week after our last chat. One of your favorite picks was the last Pirate, Morgan Charrier, ends up getting a sick, I believe it was third round knockout.
Yep.
Yeah, it has been a few weeks ago now. Brendan Allen gets the dub as well. And our two that we were, how do I say? Because you liked Paulo Costa to win that fight.
I love Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
I just knew that Roman.
Yeah, you just didn't think people would care really about if he won the fight.
Yeah, I didn't think that Roman Kopylov win would get people excited about him and his card pricing in particular. He needs. And it's the same with a lot of UFCs. You need a top 10, top 5 win, and people start seeing a bit of movement then.
Yeah, man. And then the last one there was Kennedy Nzechukwu, the African Savage, got his leg taken home by Walter Walker, as I predicted, dude, as the big underdog too. So last month we were A1, spot on. And from the last show, it did spawn something, and I figured we'd kind of start off the show with it. The one and only exclusive, the Costa Buck, Golden Octagon Main Event Cards, Costa Buck right there at the bottom. And is it me, or does that kind of look like Zach a little bit? like now that it's big in front of my face, they kind of looks like Zach or Marcel Archer.
A little bit. It does definitely. There's a lot of polo in there as well. So we should mention these are redeemable at all your local WalMarts and Aldi's too. I think, aren't they? Aren't they, Matt? These cost bucks.
The bucks. Well, these right now are worth much more, Damian, because Paulo Costa did win this past weekend against Roman Kopylov, dude. And as you see, I'm not in the same room as I'm normally in because I took your advice, Damian. I sold my house. I'm moving out of here. I invested in Paulo Costa, baby. We are going to the moon. Maybe I'll be able to get a large cardboard box after I sell this house. Oh my goodness! But in all reality, Damian, which fighters out of the kind of list that we talked about last month would you like to maybe kind of take a look back at and just see how their card prices are currently doing?
I think the biggest one that I was sort of most excited about was the Morgan Charrier, but it's hard to also, knowing that he is a rookie in this latest new product, there wasn't many comps in terms of sales, but I think if we can sort of see where the volume has been at since that win. As I said, I think that Nate the Train is a fan favorite for a lot of people, not even just the casuals. But I think that having that win, we probably saw, in particular, the fashion of that win. It was just a slobber knocker fight from start to finish, and then obviously Cherrier getting the best of him at the end. So, you know, as we're looking at some price changes here.
The Radiating Rookies, which is a very cool card in my opinion too.
Yeah, one of his. I believe it's the only insert that he has too. So he has a chrome base, and then he only has this Radiating Rookies, which was a card that I was looking at. But yeah, it's, as I said, it's still, knowing that it's still a new product. I believe we're going to see sort of skewed sales in terms of pricing, because people list cards
People
with
they
a newer
don't know
fighter they're listing them in pennies, and then other people are listing them high. So you will get some skewed data. But as we look at here, the minus 14.6% price change of minus $5.25 is
there's been strange, five sales, top sale $41, minimum sale though $20. So somewhere average sale is around $30, $33 to be exact, and the last sale was $37.5.
So which is right there in the middle. Yeah,
I mean, personally, if I would have just been browsing eBay that night and saw this ending for $30, dude, I would have 100% bought it. And I don't even buy singles on eBay just because I just opened so many cards, dude. I would have 100% be like $30. I'm for sure buying that. But you know, for everyone out there getting Morgan Charrier cards at $30, congratulations on you. Like, especially, you know, sick ones like this, like low number cards too. You know, he's for sure a good fighter to be taking like a look at, because he's established enough to where now he's probably going to be in the UFC for a little bit. You know, barring something, you know, crazy happening to him, like fucking losing to like Herbert Burns or something like that. So that was Morgan Charrier from this past month. I guess for me, one that I want to take a look at is going to be Rainier de Ritter, Ranier, I think.
I gotta clear it a little bit more.
Yep. Hopefully I can just type this and it pops up. Nope. See if it pops up. There we go. Didn't spell it. All right. That's why. All right. So RDR over, you know, the past 2 weeks here. Wow. His cards have gone up quite a bit. The top's red and blue refractor. Is that numbered to 88, or is that just the one from the mega box? No, that's just the one from the mega box. I guess only two have sold. One for $1 and then one for $6. So not really a whole lot there. Let's see what else we got. We got the Aqua Refractor out of 199. 4 have sold, so about the same as Morgan Charrier at this point. This is out of 199, in my opinion, a way less cooler card than what the Radiating Rookie card is. I would like to find that Radiating Rookie for RDR. Does he have one, or
I'm not sure if he's on that checklist. I'd be surprised if he's not, because
he should be, right? Yeah, but
would be.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess I don't see one, so he might not have one, or just none have sold. So let's look at the Aqua out of 199. As I said, 4 have sold. Max sell $15 and starting price of 406. Average price $8.51. Last sale $11. So they're probably right now around that, you know, $11-12 range. So from 2 weeks ago, not too bad. They've about, well, I guess they've 189 increased in price. So about 2.5 times in price. But Damian, I have to get your thoughts and opinion on the fight itself. No?
I was going to say, can we not talk about for a quick second how crazy, you know, Rene de Ritter, one of the bigger rookies, probably top 3 rookies from 2025. He has a numbered rookie parallel from Topps Chrome, first printed, you know, release for his rookie year, numbered to 199, and they're selling between $4 and $14. Like,
And then, dude, if
welcome to UFC Cards.
yeah, man. And then here's the worst, though, dude. It's like, if you are you a part of any of Facebook groups, whether I mean, UFC card groups, whether they're like Facebook or like the um like fucking Reddit at all?
Not on Reddit, but some of the Facebook, like the Facebook UFC group pages, I'm on some of those. Yeah.
It's like, dude, I have a hard time being in there because it'll just be people asking what their cards are worth, or it's them posting cards for sale and then the whole comment section just flaming them because they're asking $50 for a card that's probably worth $50, dude. It's like you're not getting more than $5 for that. It's like, what are we doing here? Our card prices will never increase if everyone just wants to sell their cards for the most possible, but everyone wants to pay the least possible, and then vice versa. Whoever buys that card is then now that has now set the comps for everything else, and then that's the new comp, and they're never going to increase because everyone's just trying to sell their card for the least. And it's like, dude, it's an issue of a lot of people being in buying and selling UFC cards that I feel like don't watch UFC even one little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess your thoughts on the fight itself, though, because being, from the area, I know you are most likely a fan of the Reaper, or at least you support him. What did you think of the fight going in, and then like after the fight, played out?
Going into the fight, I thought it was going to be a very close contest. Obviously, Whittaker, we could argue, is the best opponent that DeRidder has fought to date, and I'm talking about across even ONE FC as well when he was over at ONE FC. So I was sort of a little bit 50 on like DeRidder. Very, very unusual as well in terms of just his overall style. Was a bit awkward. Obviously, reminds a lot of people of Drakus as well, who is the champion of that division. So if those two guys get together, we're in for a
All we need is Jason Herzog for the referee, and then we just need the clown music, like and then it's just like Three Stooges, man. Like, yes, just let them go.
But going into the fight, I was, as I said, 50-50. I know DeRidder is a very, very skilled fighter, well-rounded all round, but so is Whittaker. But yeah, Whittaker, obviously, I think he probably, I don't know. Obviously, we never know what their game plan is. I don't know how well he followed it. But yeah, disappointing at times. Obviously, looked frustrated at times as well. And DeRidder gets the win, man, and that's good for him. And I think that's obviously he's now stepping up the ladder there at that 185 division, which is probably safe to say is the most stacked at the moment. Obviously, 170 has always been stacked. 155's always stacked as well. Now we're chucking Ilya in there, but 185 is definitely, top 3 stacked divisions for the UFC, and DeRidder's climbing up the ranks there, gets a win over Whittaker. I'm not sure what Whittaker does after this. He's talked about publicly numerous times he was sort of chasing one last run at the title, and now that's been set back again. Two losses in a row for Whittaker. So not to say that he can't climb back, but obviously that's going to be a big hurdle for him as well, given how the top 5 is shaking up in that division now as well. But yeah, disappointing as an Australian fan. I really like Whittaker, more so outside of the cage than inside the cage. But he's a fun fighter to watch, and always leaves everything in the cage that he can. Yep. So I think Whittaker's had his career now in terms of, he's been around a really, really long time. I think people sort of forget he's been around longer than 10 years now. So over numerous weight classes, a lot of fun fights he's had. Obviously, the Yoel Romero 2 fights that he had sort of was the when he was at the top. So, but yeah, disappointing as an Australian fan, as a fan of a Whittaker. But DeRidder. Now it's going to be fun to see what happens with this title fight that's coming up. What were your thoughts on?
I'm not going to say I'm too surprised because I did pick RDR going in. I personally thought that he was at some point going to get Rob down just because that's what RDR does. He's now done it to his past two opponents. The same thing has happened, to Rob two of his last three fights. I just thought RDR was going to at some point get him down, head and arm triangle, and he's just a big guy. Would you look at the size of the fella? Like he's huge. Like for 185. So that's just what I thought. But at the end of the fight, I knew RDR won, but it was a close competitive fight. And I think to me, Rob's kind of still shows that he can compete. I just don't want to see him fight like contenders, man. That's my thing. Because everyone loves Rob. I just don't want to see him get mollywopped. Like no more Hamzat fights, no more Drikas. I don't want to see him fight Cheryl Bullet now. Can we just not do that? Like, can we just give him the fight like other people that are kind of seasoned, as well that he just hasn't fought yet. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Shout out RDR. Hopefully his card prices, kind of start to climb a little bit because he ain't fought for the title yet. And to be honest, there's not a lot. There's not a long line at 185 to fight for the title right now. It's Hamzat, Caio Bahayo, maybe next. Imavov is there, but it's Imavov versus Caio Bahayo, so one of them has to lose. And so, there's kind of like three spots before, title shot, and anything can happen.
Top five, you got Izzy and Strickland just hanging in there, in terms of rankings and I mean, it's as much as I say it is a stacked division, I still believe it is a stacked division because if you look at the people outside of the top 10 and then obviously inching in the top 10, there's a lot of big names in there, including, as I said, Paulo's in there as well now, but I think he's not even in the top 10 at the moment. But there's
top one maybe.
We're seeing in the middleweight division now what was happening in the lightweight division a couple of years ago in terms of a bit of the older heads sort of holding up the rankings and holding their spot, which makes it a little bit stale there at the top.
Yeah, man. So I guess going, looking forward now to this upcoming month of August, this is the UFC August Card Market Watch. I guess what is one fighter that you are looking forward to? Maybe if you haven't bought some of their cards, maybe you have some of their cards right now that you're looking to sell, or just overall that you think their card value is it has nowhere to go but up.
Nowhere to go that up. Obviously, it's always result depending. But without a doubt, it's got to be the 319 main event. We got Drikas du Plessis versus Hamzat. Man, if this man beats Hamzat, what are we looking at here? I don't want to talk about, and maybe we can even pull up on card letters some of the current pricings for this guy because it is just outrageously cheap. And if we can add the head of Hamzat to his head mantle at home with already names like Izzy, Whitaker, Sean Strickland, that is a hell of a resume. And I think this win, as I said, I talked about this before with Zach, this win is going to bring Hamzat brings a lot of eyeballs to the sport. So obviously if Drikas can get a win over this man, it's big things for him and it's big things for his card prices, I believe, because they are already very well underpriced.
I've been looking at rookie card silver here, 25 sold.
Minimum sale, $1. Average is $5. Now, I know that's a silver, but when we're even talking about, I've been looking at graded color prisms for his 2022 rookie prisms. They're selling consistently for under $100, like PSA 9s and stuff. But, when we're talking about legacy fighters and big name fighters, I don't think the PSA 9 and 10 sort of price gap should be so large. But when we're talking about colored prisms for this man, and
here we go. Blue out of 99 PSA 10. 5 have sold.
5 are sold, minimum 45. Last sale 50. Is that raw though? By the looks of it.
No, PSA 10.
Oh, PSA 10. Yeah, right. Pop 7, $51. What are we doing, people? Like, this is where I'm torn at the moment. I believe there is very good value. Like we talked about, you sold your house, put it on Paulo Costa. I've got to say, it is a risky play. Hamzat is obviously a scary man for anyone in that division, but I can't help but see the risk over rewards for this one. And I think all the Paulo Costa bucks from this month's Market Watch is going on Dricus. I just haven't decided if those Paulo Costa bucks are going on cards or if they're going straight to the sports betting agency, because he is currently, he's not the favorite. I think he's plus 285 or something like that.
I'll let you know what it is currently.
At least here in Australia. So, if the card that I was looking at, I'm going to tell people this now, and I want to buy it before this gets released, but he has an Octagon side gold select rookie prism PSA 9, and it's out for like $450. Like, that's insane. That's one of his best cards, one of his best rookie cards. It's a beautiful card. As I said, PSA 9, who cares? That's way too cheap for this man. And if if he beats Hamzat, that's $1,000 card. I don't care what anyone says.
Right now, odds are plus 170 Dricus and minus 205 for Hamzat. So you bet $100 to win back 170 for Dricus, or bet 1,700 back.
Yeah, well, it's closed in a little bit at the moment because it's more than that.
Yeah.
In Australia, he's at like 285. So if you put 1,000 on him, if you put 1,000, you're getting
38 back,
1,800 back.
Yeah.
Well,
if he's plus 285, that would be like your money plus what you win. So it would be like 3,800 back. Like you'd win like 2,800 on your 1,000.
Oh, right. Oh, that's where I get a little bit confused. But yeah, no. So basically, in Australia, if you put, as I said, you're putting 1,000 on him, you're getting 2,800 back. So you're getting
so it's
your money back plus 1,800.
So in that case, it's about the same here. Then, maybe a little bit less, but that's what US books. That's where they're at right now. But Damian, I have to be honest with you, man. I can't agree with you. I don't know. That is such a tricky fight because I never pick Dricus ever. I never pick him just because he's so goofy. I can't pick him. But this fight specifically, it's like he's just been proving me wrong this whole time. But he's fighting Hamzat Chimaev. Like, this is an absolute test for both fighters, and I cannot wait for this. So I've already sold my house and put it on Paulo Costa and got all the Paulo Costa bucks. I don't have any houses left to sell and put on Dricus du Plessis. I'll have to get moved and buy a new house.
Another mortgage.
Time. So Damian's fighter to watch for this month is none other than Still Knox, Dricus du Plessis. You heard him. Sell your house, buy Dricus du Plessis cards, but don't buy the Gold Octagon side out of what is it, 10 or out of
10.
Out of 50. Yeah. 10. Don't buy that because that's Damian's card. So I'll probably put this out before the fights tomorrow, Damian. Like
I don't have time.
Probably Saturday before the fights. So I mean, let's be real. I don't think anyone's going to buy that. Get your hands on it. Before you get your hands on it, no.
Everyone's like, "Fuck that! That's a $100 card. What are you talking
about?" Right? I'm not paying $400 for that. Oh goodness! All right. Yeah. All right. Worth $75. All right. Moving on to my fighter to watch. I'm going to start off with a fighter to watch actually fighting this weekend, and that's kind of a reason why I kind of have to post it rather soon, because he does fight this weekend, and it is Rinya Nakamura. He fights Nathaniel Fletcher this upcoming weekend. Rinya lost his last fight. He was undefeated before he fought Muin Gafarov, and Rinya is a Japanese Olympic talented wrestler. And for some reason, in that last fight, he just decided that he was not going to wrestle at all, and he ended up losing that fight via decision. Burned everybody, burned me, because he was a huge favorite, and he's also a huge favorite this upcoming weekend. Right now, he is currently where you at? Minus 425 favorite against Nathaniel Fletcher, but his rookie card is in this year. Right now, so in 2025 Topps Chrome, we can find his rookie cards. And, since we're talking about cards here on the Card Market Watch, I figured we can just take a look and see what his cards are currently selling for. Rinya Nakamura. So 10 sales of a radiating rookie. So he's doing about the same as Morgan Charrier, yeah, Damian.
Yep.
Yeah, not doing too good.
Last is 30, average 34. He's actually a little bit down, but yeah.
Man, but what do you think the better investment is? The Gold Juricus out of 10 or the Rinya Nakamura radiating rookie?
It's got to be the Gold Juricus. It's a no-brainer.
I mean, but for the price point and currently down, I think this Rinya Nakamura card for $30, solid buy. Just like the Morgan Charrier that like we looked at the beginning of the show. That actually may be one of the sets that I just want to complete the whole set, is that radiating rookies, because I don't know, it just kind of looks like a comic book, and I think that's cool, but that's just me. All right, Damian, pass it back to you. What is the other fighter that you are looking forward to this upcoming month? Well, I already know what it is, but I have it here. He's a rookie. Well, everyone's a fan.
Everyone's a fan. We would be probably canceled if we didn't mention this fighter, I think. So it's got to be Carlos Prates, obviously coming up against the bit of the gate. The new Neil, is Jeff Neal like a little bit the new Neil Magny in terms of the gatekeeper, but
a little bit, yeah.
Coming up against Jeff Neal at UFC 319 as well. A pretty nice card, that one, in terms of the main event fights on the main card. But yeah, Carlos Prates, obviously, when we're talking about top rookies, bigger name rookies for 2025, you can't leave Carlos Prates out of that conversation. Coming off the loss to Ian Gary, close fight. He had his moments. A lot of people, even though Gary won that fight, a lot of people just talking about how Carlos Prates towards the end, obviously getting the better of him. Having, a few chances to even finish that fight, a lot of people thought. So sort of, even though he lost that fight, he come away with, a lot of people still talking about him, still hyped about him. A lot of people thought, he had had even won that fight by some of the moments that he had in it. So Carlos Prates, obviously we can take a look now on market movers to see where Carlos Prates is at, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this Jeff Neal fight. Jeff Neal, as I said, this is a mid-tier fight for Carlos Prates. I think most people would be expecting Carlos Prates to win this fight. If he doesn't win, obviously that's a problem. I think he's going to lose a lot of shine off his name and off his pricing if Carlos Prates does not get the win here. But if he does get the win, I think we see the steady ship keep sailing towards that title run, and obviously keeping his prices pretty solid. But we've got the gold geometric refractor out of 50, plus 43%. So max sale, $42, minimum sale, $30. Once again, we're talking about some of the bigger name rookies here, and people who are watching this for the first time would think we're lying given some of this pricing, because, gold rookies, although Topps Chrome have about 4 different gold parallels these days, so they're not out of 50 anymore. They're out of about 200. Still, to be getting $40 for that is, for a bigger rookie, is
it's sad.
It's a bit cheap. It's a bit sad, but yeah, we can see there's some of these other ones. The blue refractor to 150, last sale $20, max 31. So hopefully people are just buying these cards. And
this man smokes cigarettes has 5-round cardio. How are you not a fan?
There's your promo right there. Forget Dana White. Put Matt the Golden Octagon up. Yeah. That's what we're here talking about. This stuff's too cheap. Start buying it, people.
Yeah. Buy these cards. Invest in the UFC cards. They're only going up. The sport only grows more and more. What are we doing? You know what we're doing? What you should have done this past month, invest in Costa bucks. That's what you should have done. All right, Damian. We have talked about the fighters that we are interested in, maybe investing in, taking a look at, maybe selling the cards because we have them and they are high right now. Like right now, I have to sell this card this upcoming month, this Dricus du Plessis Titans card. I was so excited when I got this, and I looked on eBay and they're selling for about $40. And I was like, well, never mind. Like, what, dude? That is like the equivalent to like the downtown in Tops.
They're actually a better looking card than downtown, to be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, the only thing, and I do believe it's been mentioned before, I think even Zach said it himself, they should have done individual designs for the fighters, and that would have been even sicker. But as I said, even still, it's still a very cool card. Yeah,
man. So that's worth about $40, as I, got so excited in the video. Yeah, I got a case hit, and I looked it up after. I'm like, dude, why? I don't even know why I get excited pulling a card on video anymore, just because it's like I'm going to look it up after the video and it's going to be $12.
I've talked about this before. Topps Chrome, man, it's hard to get psyched about a case hit when there's about 50 of them. So
yeah, man, that is true. Right now, I've been seeing everyone posting Sapphire, dude, and they've been finding mega boxes of it in their Targets, dude. I've been going to GameStops, Targets, Walmarts, dude. I've yet to see this Sapphire on the shelf. When was the official release day for it, or do you even know?
I don't know, man.
Dude, it's like I think it's maybe kind of like snuck out. Like they're like, oh, here's this. Yeah, they're like, oh, here's this too. Like, so I don't know if I'll end up getting my hands on any of the Sapphire, just because I don't know if I'll end up finding any. So I might be waiting until midnight before I open something else. I do have one box left, but I have an idea, Damian. I want to run it by you. I'm trying to go viral. Let my channel blow up just one time, dude. Let me have one video where I get like 500,000 views, dude. I'll be happy, dude. Just one video. I'm not asking for 10 million views. I'm not asking for 100 million views. Just 500,000 one time, 500K one time. But I'll let you know what that is, Damian, after this. Let me get your thoughts and opinions on it. But me and Damian have talked about fighters to watch. Wait, actually, no. I have done
one more.
Yeah. I have one more. And it is Chase the Dream Hooper. He actually fights at UFC 319, the same card as Dricus du Plessis, but we were talking about it a little bit before, and where's he at on the card, Damian? You gotta look for him.
He's too nice. Yeah, he's nicest guy, obviously, in the UFC. He's taken over from Stephen Wonderboy, because he is basically opening up the prelims, which is just... We're going to talk about this too in the next who we don't want people to put any Costa dollars on. But some of these fights, even some of these prelim fights, they could have made them main events on some of the fight night cards, and it would have been heaps better than what they are at the moment. But yeah, Chase Hooper way too low on the card for sure. He should be at least main eventing the prelims, I believe.
Yeah, so let's take a look at Chase Hooper rookie cards. His rookie card was actually 2021 Select. So that was his first ever card.
And only one.
Yeah, red disco out of 199. Last sale was $24 last month. The lowest that you could have gotten one of these was $1.25 over the past year. 4 have sold, and for the maximum price of $24.84. But anywhere from $1 to $24, so a 1,000% price.
Been $38.95, but yeah, the last sale was 24. So
yeah. So let's see what other ones we have here. 2021 Select Octagon Side Raw, just the base card, $12. Blue Disco, 22. Octagon Side Red, that's probably the nicest one in my opinion. $26, man. Last month for $26. What are y'all doing? There's a chance that in the future, Chase Hooper could be your champion. He's so big and he keeps growing. You know, he's steadily getting better. He's a wizard on the ground. Like, at one point, I'm going to need to see Charles Oliveira versus Chase Hooper before Charles Oliveira retires, because that's going to be a good ground match, man. What's your thoughts on my Chase Hooper pick, Damian?
I like it. I like Chase Hooper. I think he's clearly a great guy, great fighter too. And as you said, he's still so young. He's been around a long time too. I believe he debuted somewhere around 20 years old or something like that. So
yeah,
he's got a lot of fights left in him. Keeps getting better. Obviously, he had a bit of a skid. Started off good, then had a bit of a skid in terms of he was just getting beaten up bad on the feet. But shows his, perseverance, gets better, comes back, and he's getting some wins now, which is great. And as I said, hopefully he pushes through that top 10, obviously to the lightweight division, and people are going to start buying these rookie select cards from 2021 because there's only 2 of them. So
yeah, dude, just me and Damian just giving you guys just absolute gold nuggets. We did it last month. We're doing it again this month. Invest.
That's what we're doing for. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Invest your Costa bucks in what we are telling you people. All right.
Not financial advice.
Not actually financial advice. Not liable or responsible. All right, David. So we talked about people that we are interested in, maybe investing or selling cards if we have, because we think it is the perfect time for their market. They are fighting this month. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have someone that we were just kind of talking about, dude. Who this month are we not putting our Costa bucks into? And we agreed on it. It's one person.
Yeah, it's a sad time when we have fighters like Ming Yang versus Johnny Walker as the main event. I was just talking about it. You could have taken any fight from the main card off 319 and replaced this main event instead. Obviously, you pointed at it before. Obviously, UFC trying to target the Asian market with the main event, and I think they're targeting a knockout win here and a knockout loss for Johnny Walker. But yeah, Johnny Walker, I mean, has a man had ever said such an amazing start to his career, what we saw Johnny Walker. I still remember it very clearly. The spinning elbow knockouts. I think we went 3 in a row, just all knockouts, 4 in a row. I had mates who are who are the definition of a casual for UFC fans, and even they were talking about, oh, this Johnny Walker guy, he's so crazy, blah blah blah. And then since then he's just been KO reels himself in terms of on the opposite end.
Comically,
none better than a Jamal Hill, like ice skates.
Like why does his arms go up in the air when he gets knocked out?
Yeah,
his arms are like
Yeah. But he's a great personality, and we talk about perseverance. Good on him. But yeah.
UFC. Don't shipping Johnny Walker.
If you love, they're shipping him off to the slaughter basically. But if you like Johnny Walker, like, that's great for you. I'm sure you're getting his cards. You should be getting them at a very good price. We're talking about how low some of the pricings are. You should be getting them and get it at a very good price. But he's obviously a great personality too. So he seems like a great dude. But don't buy his cards, hoping that something's going to happen.
Yeah, UFC shipping Johnny Walker to Shanghai, China. He's going to be fighting at 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. East Coast time. You're going to be getting snoozed in Shanghai in front of the Chinese crowd. So just taking a look at Johnny Walker's sales over the past year, Damian, we had an orange 2021 Prism sell for $15. But that is a 600% increase.
Too much.
From $2. We got the red at $2.75. Minimum sell $1. One cost a buck. Actually, probably about a half a cost a buck at this.
It's half cost at all. This economy.
Yeah. In this economy. Here we go. Gold out of 10. That's probably the best one that you're going to get. $60, Damian. Sold in October this past year. Yeah, dude. 2 have sold, 155 and 160. I have a Mojo autograph that's been on my eBay for a while now for I think $45, I believe. Do you think that's too much?
What year? 2021.
2021 or 2. I think it could even be 2023. I don't know. Let's see here. Because I know it's been
Mojo
on there
Auto
for,
25. Depending if it's debut, I don't think that's too much. But if it's like 2022, 2023, I think maybe if we're getting gold prisms, sell on for 55, 60.
But it's an auto as well.
Yeah, but I mean, who wants that?
Yeah, hey, Johnny Walker fan. Let's see. Active. There we go. Let's see. Walker. Oh, yeah. It is a 2023 Johnny Walker autograph. Mojo. I guess I have it listed for 55. But I think I sent dude, I've sent offers for 30 and no one fucking bought it still. Yeah, right. So it's like, man, I'm not gonna sell it for $10. Like it's like
scrap our advice. Buy Johnny Walker cards. Jump on Matt's eBay right now. Get that for a steal. That's at least $155 card. You get it for $55. Buy it now.
I'm currently selling Johnny Walker on my eBay. If you think we're wrong, if you want to fade us, prove us wrong.
You hate
buy that Johnny Walker.
You think we suck? If you think we suck,
do you think we suck? Then go buy my Johnny Walker on eBay to prove us wrong. Oh, Damian, you got any Johnny Walker cards on?
I don't. I've made enough dumb purchases in my time with UFC cards, and thankfully Johnny Walker has not been one of them. But
yeah, man.
We all do it.
That's smart. That's smart. Well, Damian, that is pretty much everything that we had planned for the day. We each looked at 2 fighters that we think that could increase in value over this next month. We agreed on dude, I hate that this happens. Why does StreamYard do that? We agreed on this, whatever this is, and do not buy this with these. That's a bad idea. Keep these 2 things as far apart as you can, because they will just go down in value. With that being said, Damian, for the rest of August, is there anything else like that maybe that you are looking forward to? We do have Midnight coming out. I believe it'll be in about 9 days right now. What's your thoughts and opinion on Midnight this year versus last year? And do you think the price and value kind of stays what it was last year, or do you think it'll be a little bit different this year?
I think I obviously had this discussion with Zach. I believe that it should be cheaper than last year, although we are getting on-card autos, which is great. Mm-hmm. Obviously, people love on-card autos, and at least one thing you can say about Top so far is they seem to be delivering on-card autos. The product release times, they're lacking a little bit. But will I be buying any Midnight singles or anything? No, I won't be buying any Midnight singles. But as I said, I think it is a cool design, given that it is just very, very different, and I'm sure it does appeal to a lot of people who do like that, because one thing about buying and collecting cards, it is very individual, and I'm sure there are plenty of people who do like it. So hopefully, if you are going out there buying a hobby box at midnight, I hope you all do well and you pull the fighters that you want to get.
Hell yeah, you hear that? Good luck from Damian. You know, he's the good luck charm. He ain't ripping anything. He's pushing his luck over to you. With that being said, Damian, I don't know if there's anything else for us to talk about here today, my guy. We've been here about 45 minutes, maybe a little bit less of the recording or so, but anything that you would like to talk about before we get out of here, man?
No, I'm good to go. I'm obviously enjoying this. I hope we keep these rolling. Obviously, this is the second installment. People can let us know what they think in the comments down below. Anything else maybe you want us to include when we are looking at these fighters, the upcoming cards, and or even looking back, let us know in the comments below so we can cater to what you're hoping to get out of these. But we do enjoy these. I enjoy getting together with Matt. Obviously, you know, this is fun, and I hope we can keep them going.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I appreciate you, Damian, as always, coming on here to the channel. We are going to keep this rolling. I am going through a move, but as you see, even if I have to do this in my car or in a cardboard box because Paulo Costa cards did not turn out the best, I'll be here. I'll get the Starbucks Wi-Fi, and we will be talking UFC card prices. But as always, if you are not already, please go follow Damian over on Main Event Cards. All his info will be down in the description to this video. Go click it. Go follow Damian. Subscribe. Go on all his videos and just click that thumbs up button. Let him know that you're watching over there on Main Event Cards. He just now got a sick PSA return back. I got a few minutes in, and then I had to do some like fucking work shit, and I ended up not being able to finish it. But I'm gonna finish your video.
That's what people wanted. People wanted. It was that good. He couldn't think about anything else. He just had to finish the video.
I'm honest.
Edit that shit out, man. That's like that ain't no plug.
I'm honest, Damian. I have to finish your video, but go watch all Damian's videos.
No, I actually, to be fair, I've got the YouTube algorithm. Obviously, we can talk about this at the back end of the show. Matt wouldn't know about this because Matt just pumps videos out regardless of what's going on in life. As I said, he's got no house at the moment. His house is missing walls. He's got paint splashed everywhere. He doesn't care. He still put video out. So he doesn't know what it's like to be missing in the YouTube algorithm. When you miss a week or two from YouTube, from uploads, man, YouTube, they throw you in the shadow realm. I've been putting out videos, a couple now, aiming for 2 a week. Just started back like the last month or so, and it's slowly building back up. I had a period there where I was bad mouthing Tops, bad mouthing Dana White, and I was losing more subscribers than I was gaining. But that's all good. Now I'm slowly getting back in the YouTube algorithm. I've got more videos coming out that are preloaded, ready to go. So things will be back to normal soon. I've been enjoying it, enjoying getting together with Matt, and obviously doing other collabs out there as well with Zach, and even doing some of my own recordings, give my own thoughts. The Hater Hat will be back out soon again too. Hell for a couple of videos. So I'm excited.
The Hater Hat. Gotta love that Hater Hat. The hater right there. All right, you guys. We appreciate you guys for stopping by here, hanging out with us here today on the UFC Card Market Watch for August. My name is Matt. Damian from Main Event Cards right over there. Once again, go subscribe to Damian. He truly, just show him some support. Let's get him to 1,000. Let's get him to 1,000. With that being said, Matt, Damian, and we'll catch you guys next month for the September UFC Card Market Watch. Peace.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, guys.